Welcome to the Front Stretch Race Fans, presented by Joe's Karting in Council Bluffs, online at joeskarting.com. That's karting with a K, fast-paced, white-knuckle racing, only found in Council Bluffs. Now, there is a couple of other karting facilities around the area, but when you get the green flag and you go, they sound like...
Extremely accurate.
Sound like a Tesla.
Easy now.
Yeah.
They don't make any
Tesla
noise.
doesn't make any noise.
Right?
Except in reverse.
I love pulling up to somebody, like they're walking in the street, and I pull up next to them, and I'll roll my window down and go, what, you didn't hear me behind you? Nobody's
Strong
found that
negative.
funny except for me so far, but that's okay. I'm only here to entertain myself. Speaking of entertaining myself, get over to Joe's Karting 7 days a week. They're located on 23rd Avenue in Council Bluffs. It is the best form of adrenaline-pumping action you're going to get in Omaha for less than probably $100. And Joe's Karting is well less than $100. So get over to Joe's Karting in Council Bluffs. Joining us for another Lyle Tire and Wheels interview at the World of Wheels Car Show, driver of the 03, Shayle Bade. Make sure you guys find yourself at 84th and J Street in Omaha and check out the largest showroom with the largest selection of wheels and tires in Omaha. Lyle's Tire and Wheels on 84th and J. Rims, tires, we talked about that. Get them balanced so that they're wearing correctly. Alignments, balanced so that they don't vibrate wrong. Alignment so that they don't wear incorrectly. And then you can also get all those custom accessories like what would have been great about a month ago, remote car starter. You can get a remote car starter. Those are important.
You need that for your Tesla, do you?
No, mine does it automatically. Mine is automatically set to be ready to go 7 a.m. when I get in it and drive away.
So how long does it
awesome.
take those to warm up? Like how long until you get warm air?
Well,
Fairly quick.
yeah.
Is it?
It's just a little box heater that warms up, but I would say it was probably about the same as my Colorado especially when it was bitter cold out.
That's fair.
Yeah, it takes a while, but
And the air conditioning's nice, too. Like when we're leaving Kansas Speedway and it's 95 degrees. We're just heading out of the media center, so we got 3 minutes to walk. And he gets out there and he's turned the AC on and he's cracked the windows a little bit. You get in and it's, jump
Nice
on
and
in.
cold.
That is nice.
We're talking with Shayle Bade, driver of the 03 sprint car throughout the area, and I was trying to think, did we have you on last year
Like here?
at all?
No.
I don't think we had you
I
on at
kind of
all.
laid low last year, did my thing, hid from you guys.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know, you tend to harass me. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to make a legal joke there, but it's probably not in my best interest.
First thing I did when she walked up is I started looking for Smokey.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
She's still alive.
Wasn't she is?
She is.
A cautionary tale. I have so many people that are like, I've always wanted to get a pig. And I'm like, I have a friend that's got a pig. And she always tells me, you would not believe the attitude that comes with it.
And people ask me advice. My best advice is don't do it. Do not get one. Yeah, pain in the butt.
They're a lot.
The first time we met was when I started 10 years ago, 11 years
At
ago.
Eagle?
Well, we met at the studio.
Oh, yeah.
We
And
had
I
you at the
brought
studio,
Smokey.
and you brought Smokey, and we're
Yes.
sitting there. We're just starting to talk, and we hear this thunk, and Dan's over there doing this, and Smokey's in the garbage can. Dan's feet.
Yeah, she knows where the good stuff is.
How old is she?
She just turned 11. Wow. Like 2 weeks ago.
Wow, she just must have been
Yeah.
a baby then.
She
when I
was
met
a
you.
baby, yes.
And
her
she
in
doesn't get to come out to
2012.
the races as much anymore.
You know, now that she's older, she's wiser, and she gets to choose whether she wants to go or not. So when you ask her if she wants to go, if she goes to the door, then we take her. If she runs and hides in her room, you leave her.
Yeah.
And if you try to take her when she doesn't want to go, it's World War III the whole time. So it's just not worth it.
She makes it a living nightmare.
She does.
2024. 2 wins at Eagle.
Back to back,
Yeah.
yep. Should have been 3.
And I had a private conversation with a group of people that were having the awards banquet, at the awards banquet. So the little awards that we give out. And I was very upset that you didn't win the best burnout award.
I would agree with that. I thought I had that locked in the bag.
They
but
said, well, Dylan Richards did it, and he really wanted it. He won something. I'm like, okay, Dylan Richards didn't do cookies in a sprint car back-to-back weeks. Those were, and that's, I think, your profile picture on your Facebook page.
Yes.
I remember sitting there that first night, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this dust storm out of turn 4, and I look down, and somebody goes, what the hell just happened? in our internal ears. And the other person goes, "That's Shayle doing cookies," and I'm like, "Are you kidding? That's awesome!" And the crowd's just going nuts. I mean,
That's pretty good.
that was the coolest celebration I've seen in a long time.
I didn't know what else what can you do in a sprint car? Like, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you're going to get out and do the wing dance anyway, so
Yep,
that doesn't really
yep.
count. Like,
So I figured I'd find the dirtiest area and give her hell.
yeah.
Well, now you got to try and do the Rico and get it up on the back tires
Oh.
and
Well-
just spin it.
I just need a little more horsepower.
There is a picture on your Facebook
Rico
page
does
of you
it in a
coming out of floor
four-cylinder.
with the wheels up. Was that in your 305 or your 360?
That was the 305. And you know why that happened?
Because you meant to.
No, because I smacked that tire coming out of turn 4 and launched my car, and I had all fours off the ground.
Oh, that's right. All right, so your opinion of 24. I felt like you had a pretty good year. How did you feel?
Yeah, I thought it was a good year. You know, racing is very humbling at times, and it has its highs and lows. And, you know, we started the season kind of just mediocre, and then June, July, we started hitting a high point, and we couldn't stay out of the top 5. And then August came, and here comes that humbling, and racing just basically just stomped on us. We couldn't get in the top 5, couldn't even stay in the top 10, but it was a good year. I mean, there was that one point where we were leading Eagle Raceway points, we were leading Nebraska points, and national points, which I don't think will ever happen again in my career. But then again, when we started 2024, we weren't even planning on running for national points. It just, once we started getting up there, we were like, well, we might as well try.
Yeah.
So then we started chasing races. But this year we kind of turned our tables a little bit, and we're going to do a little bit more 360.
Okay. More with the Malvern Bank 360 series?
Yep. So our plan is to run all of the Malvern Bank 360s, and then there's only 13 races. So in between there, we'll run our Eagle. We'll still chase some races, hit Husitz. Love Husitz. If you haven't been to Husitz, you should go to Husitz.
I haven't been yet.
Oh, my God, Dan, it's so good.
I know. It's tough on a Sunday night.
I don't. It's very tough. There was a couple times, you know, we pulled in our driveway at 4:30 in the morning, and Chris usually gets up at 5 to go to work. And there was a time where we got home at 4:30, and Chris is like, "I'm just going to go down to the shop." So
Yeah.
he went down to the shop. He worked till noon and had to come home and sleep. Like, it's a long drive. It's hard, but it is so worth it.
I think he's got it worse. Like for me, somebody like me, if I pull all nighter and I'm up till 4:30, and then I'm up at like 5:30 or 6 or whatever, I don't feel like I have that physically demanding of a job. He does. He's in construction, and
Yes.
I mean that's just God. I can't imagine how hard that was that next day.
But
Well-
what all makes it worth it is that day before, Sunday. I mean, Husitz is an amazing facility. They have a badass track. It's super fast. It's always nice. Pretty good drivers for the most part, and for, you know, the most part, they also run a pretty quick show, which is always nice, but
Yeah.
just that drive.
I got to get over there one of these days.
Come ride with us.
Well,
Seriously.
I might have to do that. All right.
Yeah, then he can drive back while you guys are sleeping.
Let's.
Yeah, see?
I'm used to just letting my car drive back, so maybe don't let me
right,
drive.
right. Yeah.
There's been a couple of times in my car that I may have read the inside of my eyelids for a couple of minutes while it drove.
Oh,
but,
my God.
we'll talk about a different thing. All right, so you felt like 24 was pretty good. It is honestly amazing to me. You know, I get to sit up in the booth and watch this stuff every week. How quickly the ball just gets away from you. And it's not you, it's drivers in general. We go from, you know, track conditions change every single week. Maybe 2-3 weeks they're similar, but then we have a moist week and there's a lot of rain, and now all of a sudden the track's got a lot more grip to it, and things change so quickly. But it is amazing how fast that ball moves, and you're constantly chasing it.
Yes. No, I agree. It'll make you, and then it'll break you the next week.
Yeah.
Week to week, how about heat to feature?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Yes, exactly. Even hot laps to heat.
Yeah.
I mean, it changes so much.
Yeah, hot laps are, for the most part, I mean, almost a waste of time a lot of weekends.
I
you know?
agree. I think a lot of us agree, but, you know, we need those laps just to make sure everything's good, even though you only get a green-white checker. But it's still a good shakedown, which is why a lot of us like to go find a race before our season starts. That way we can get a full day of shakedown, which is what we're going to be doing before we start Eagle.
Make sure all the lines are tight and all
Yes,
that kind of
yes.
stuff.
And those are also important for the racetrack, too, because that's a critical part of the track developing throughout the night, is if enough cars go out there and pack it down, cut it up, do whatever to it during the hot laps, and then it's starting to get ready during the heat races.
Yep.
Wanted to talk a little bit about Chris, your husband, Chris. He stepped into the crew chief role quite a bit. When you were pregnant with your kids, he stepped in and raced the car a little bit. Has there been any conversation about running another car? Is he pretty happy hanging up the steering wheel?
So Chris,
Where's he at?
I don't know.
I don't see
I
him.
He
was-
disappeared.
Yeah, so him and Justin went to go find monster trucks. When Justin got here, he wants to find a pink monster truck. So they're hunting for monster trucks. So it was really good that Chris got in my car just because before he was a crew chief, before any of this, it was, oh, you should have done that. You should have done this. You should have went high. You should have went low. Why'd you take so long to pass him? And I'm like, okay, I know it looks so easy from the outside, but it is not that easy. And so the year we got pregnant obviously was an accident because we missed pretty much the entire racing season, which I would never do that.
Timing was poor.
Timing was terrible. So I was like, Chris, instead of taking a year off, although it sounds great to save money, you should get in the car and you should feel what I feel, and I'll crew chief for you.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've always wanted to. I was like, okay. So now that he's gotten in the car, 1, it's not as easy as it looks. 2, passing cars is really scary. 3, we actually are going a lot faster than what it looks like.
Yeah.
And 4, I was like, why'd you follow that car so long? Why didn't you get off the bottom? Why didn't you go to the top? He's like, the top is scary. I was like, I know. He's like, I just don't have room to mess up. I was like, I know. And then you have to pay for it.
And you have to fix it.
Yes. And I was like, it sucks.
Yeah.
So now he understands. But it was really good. And the reason why he's not going to get back into cars because, like you said, he's in construction. He is the breadwinner of the family. So he can't get hurt, but I can.
Yeah.
And our world still goes around. Right. So he just uses me to have fun.
That's
seriously. He will say that.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be critical. A lot of crew chiefs in like NASCAR also race, obviously not Cup Series or anything like that, but they race Car Series or they race dirt or something like that. That other side of the shoe, that walk 5 miles in my shoes and understand, that is so critical, especially in your guys' communication, because maybe now you guys don't even need to communicate because he can watch what you're doing on the racetrack.
And know what the car's doing.
Yeah.
He's like, I know what that feeling is now. Now I know why you want me to change this when you don't feel that.
Yeah.
So it actually worked out really good. And I look at it like the year or 2 years before, last year was his first year crew chiefing all by himself. And we about won. I mean, we were in the lead for all those point championships. We took second at Huset's. I was like, that's huge for you. You just took second in your first full-time year of crew chiefing.
Yeah.
What can we do 10 years from now?
Right.
I mean, I hope it's 10 years, but you never know. Everything's just getting so expensive. It's so expensive.
Yeah, it really
They
is.
still got lottery tickets.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Drop in the bucket.
Yes.
So
now they're
plans-
$5.
Right?
You kind of talked a little bit about your plans for 25. Still going to stay in the Race Saver a little bit. Are you racing weekly at Eagle, or is the plan to hit most shows?
So we're going to hit most shows. There's only 5 shows of our 360 series that overlaps. And maybe not even 5 because there's only 13 races total. But anytime we're not racing the 360 and then a couple of those shows are Thursday, Friday, we'll be at Eagle. I mean, there's 1 month where we're at Eagle all month long.
Nice.
So, yeah, it'll be super nice.
Any big special events you're hoping to hit?
Man, you really put me on the spot.
I
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to. So we're really good friends with Brian Kemenoff, which is Christopher Bell's father-in-law. And we just bought a car from him. We drove down to Florida to get on a cruise, drove up to North Carolina, picked up the car, and then drove back to Nebraska. Well, Kemenoff was like, I don't have a car this year for the 360 Nationals, and we go down anyway, so you guys should bring a car. So Brian Kamenaw basically asked to be crew chief.
Ooh.
So we were like, can't pass that up. Like, that's a pretty big opportunity.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to not do the Belleville 305 Nationals and then just go down for the 360, which in return, that would mean we're going to have to miss a few Eagles shows because we're going to have to get to Knoxville more than one time before Nationals.
Yeah, you got to feel that track out a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She might have been the first one that's given us a little nugget of information.
Yeah,
in
I
a
haven't
long
even
time.
I haven't even posted.
Like, most people are like, oh, well, we got some stuff coming up, but we can't talk about it. Shaylee's like, I'm ready.
Or
Let's
they
announce
tell
it.
you, hey, can we be on Wednesday? We got something big to talk about. Great,
Yeah.
sure. And then it's all over social media on
Right
Monday.
before, yeah. I haven't even posted anything.
Well, I had one guy that was like, hey, we got this big news. I'm going to tell you about it, but you can't talk about it on the front stretch. And we're like, all right, fine, I won't talk about it. And then that night that we recorded and I wasn't supposed to talk about it, they announced it on social media. And I'm like, we got to line up our schedules a little better. This is bullshit. But thank you for that, by the way. That was
Yes.
awful nice of you.
Okay, so you guys seem like you're in a good mood. You guys are always talking to, us drivers about racing. What if we turn the tables right now? I know I have not asked either of you,
God.
but I have a really good idea.
Okay.
And I think we should do it.
I'm
Are you guys all in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to just need you guys to do a couple things.
Okay.
I need you to remove your shoes, and I need you to go back to back.
I don't know if we want to take our shoes off right
And
now.
I don't ever try and turn my back on him.
Super
We're playing a
quick.
game?
We're going to play a
All
game.
right. Let's play along.
Why not, right? This is good.
We got to move
This
some
is
equipment
good.
around, but I think we're going to make it. Let's tuck this underneath
I
here.
mean, what else do you guys have to do today? All you're going to be doing is talking to everybody else, right?
Yeah, we got-
Let's
we got-
hear a little bit about you guys.
We got 7 minutes till the next interview. So
That
we're
was my
good.
thought exactly. And my husband is still gone when he was supposed to record this, but that sounds about right.
Well, I got it on my GoPro, so I'll grab
perfect,
the video and we'll
perfect,
do
yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to love this.
I think I put my foot fungus stuff on today.
Oh, thank God.
It's amazing the way the body just changes and smells when you hit 40.
Let's talk about 30. Holy
30
mo-
was one thing. Wait till you get to 40.
Dude, I tell you
It's-
what, I had my,
Shut up.
turned 30.
Yeah, wait till you get to 80.
I got out of my bed and I heard like 4 things popping. I was like, holy crap, it happens that fast.
Sarah has got a joke with me.
Where
So
is
turn your-
Sarah?
She
Chairs
is
back to back or us
I
back
want,
to back?
yes, chairs back to
Chairs
back.
back
to
That
back.
way you
Chairs
guys
back to
can
back.
sit, relax.
Okay. Sarah is
Make
at my
sure
niece's
it's
baby shower today.
Okay, yes.
She's getting pointers for our baby
Okay,
shower.
shoes
so.
in hands, shoes in hands.
Oh, shoes in hands.
Shoes in hands.
All right.
You need help, Dirk?
No.
Okay, now I need I need you guys to switch a shoe with each of you.
Here.
One shoe each. Yep.
That was coordinated.
That was so coordinated.
Shoe.
Okay, so a lot of you have been here. You know Dan and Dirk. Dan and Dirk, how long have you guys been working with each other?
11 years?
11 years. So
11th
this
year.
is who knows who better? Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question, and whoever you feel deserves that answer, you
Okay.
raise that person's shoe.
Okay.
You feel me?
Got it.
Okay, so one shoe in each hand.
Okay.
I
Okay.
got 2 left, so does that help?
Everybody raise Dan's shoe so we know who Dan is. Dan is gray. Okay, Dirk, what are you? You are white. Wow, how old are those?
These? 1 year.
Jesus. Okay.
I bought these in Disney for 2 years ago. And they've got some, look at that. They're wearing
Those
out.
got some miles.
I read on social media
Those
that
are probably the best for your back.
that the older white guys with their vets always have white shoes, so I'm trying to get a vet.
Oh, hey, this valid point.
Hey, Doc.
Valid point.
There's the
I
boss
think
man.
we have
That's
the
the boss
vet
man right
club
there.
here.
All right.
My boss or your boss? I see my boss.
The guy that
is
runs
still
this whole
gone.
show is just walking away. He just come up and said hi.
Oh, Doc?
Yeah.
Isn't it Dan?
Huh?
Doc
Riley.
He's the organizer for the World
Dan
Wheels.
is. Okay. So questions.
'Kay.
Whoever you feel fits this question, that's the shoe you raise. Dan is
'Kay.
gray, Dirk is white. Okay,
Got it.
question number 1. Which one of you has the smelliest feet? Wow, that was so nice of you guys. You both chose yourselves. I see you're trying to keep your relationship cordial.
Well, you decide.
No, I'm okay. I will take your word for it.
Rick isn't turning green for no reason.
Who comes up with the most ridiculous ideas? Oh, this is fair. Dan, you win.
Yeah.
Who talks the most? Wow, Dan again. Who has the most bloopers that you have to edit? Jeez, Dan, killing it today. Who takes longer showers?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, if you guys both come to the same agreement, we have some issues here.
He doesn't have to wash his hair, so I know my shower's longer.
Yeah.
Who's the funniest? Okay, you're up. Both chose yourselves.
Shocker.
Who has the Who has the best announcing voice? Waiting for
Well,
Dan to decide. Oh, Dan wins.
I
And Dan, how long have you been doing this?
well, the announcing 12 years, but I've been in radio since I was for 25.
Holy,
I was
how
in radio
old
for
are
25.
you?
I know. Hey, I was just talking about hitting 40 and the noises.
He did the radio in college and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Gotcha. Who loves sprint cars the most?
Yeah.
Oh, both chose each other. All right. If you were both women in labor, who would ask for the epidural first? Definitely Dan.
I'm a no pain kind of guy.
Which one of you is about to change a ton of diapers? Dan.
Well, I don't know. Dirk's almost in his 80s.
I don't know. We're going to go with Dan because Dan's about to have a baby if anybody doesn't know. When do you do, Dan? August?
August 10th.
August 10th. Yay.
you.
Okay, that's all the questions I had. You guys can turn around and
That's
give
fun.
each other our shoes back.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
That's
problem.
fun.
That
All
was
right,
fun.
While we get unawkward and put our shoes back on, tell us about your sponsors that help the 03.
Can I get my bag back that I gave you, that white bag, the gift bag first?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I got something in
Let's
there
see,
for
you
you,
got
too.
one there, but that's
That one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Shayle
do
brought
have-
some great prizes for us to give away.
I did. So if you guys come to Eagle Raceway, Dan's going to have a few goodie bags, and we had to give this to Dan.
Aww.
Oh,
awesome.
and I want a picture of the little one in it. Do you know if it's a boy
Done.
or a girl?
It is going to be a girl.
It is a girl. You going to name it Shayle?
Close. It's close. Scarlet Joe.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that as a win for me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yep.
Well, first and foremost, my sponsors, my mom, Mimi, who watches my son all the time and makes sure he doesn't get ran over. New to our program this year is the Mammoth Station and
they came on
Hippo
board?
equipment. Yes, they did, because look how ironic this is. They were sitting at our table for the Eagle Banquet this year.
Yeah.
And me and Karan just totally meshed. I was like, I love you. She's like, this was meant to be. I was like, it is.
She is such an amazing, sweet person.
She is. Super
And-
good sense of humor, so much fun. Best chicken. So if you guys go to the Mammoth Station, she has awesome chicken. Home Shield Roofing, which has been on our partners for going on 2 years. Carpetland. I've had Carpetland for probably every bit of 7-8 years, ever since we kind of really been a part of the 305, and he's kind of carried along with me. Jeff Lim's awesome guy. Like I said, Restore a Muscle Car, 905 Inc. So all of our merch always comes from 905. Sean Bigler, nicest guy I've never met, lives all the way out in Virginia, never met him in my life. Found me on social media and said, hey, I want to send you money. I said, absolutely. And we've been friends ever since.
Awesome.
Hellgate Construction, obviously my husband, my Race Pass, they do all of my website updating, and new also this year's Pro Roll-Offs, Greg Stanford, awesome guy. So if you guys need a roll-off, call Greg.
What's a roll-off?
Like a giant trash can?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
How exciting is it
Dumpster.
that? Okay. How exciting is it that my race pass is out at Eagle?
Dude, damn near got a standing ovation at the Eagle Raceway Banquet when they announced that. Like, it's going to be so much easier for the fans to
Yep.
keep up with drivers, the timing, lineups, everything. It is
Yeah.
awesome. I'm so glad Roger finally bit the bullet and did
I know.
it. It needed to happen a long time ago.
Chris Krug, who works for My Race Pass, messaged me the next day, and he's like, dude, I heard that the My Race Pass announcement almost got a standing ovation. And I go, it did, from our table. It was me, Anthony, PJ, James, and Tom Grosso, and we all stood up and just started cheering, like how excited that was. But
Yes, so
it's,
awesome.
It's a local program, too. That's what I can't get
Yes,
across to people,
yes.
is this massive thing that is helping everybody in dirt is designed and ran down in Lincoln. And
Yes.
that's local money, that's local ideas, that's local support.
So are you friends with Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can't say anything, but Josh has big news if you went in on it first.
Yeah.
Actually, second.
Do I need to mark it so that I don't accidentally publish it?
Yes.
Okay,
Because
done.
it is not nothing.
Okay.
But I talked to him about my website, and he's like, you went in on a secret? I was like, yes. He's like, no, tell anybody. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Not telling anybody.
Scout's honor. Well, perfect.
What's the big news?
Oh, I can't tell you. I
come
can't.
on.
No, I can't. No. This
thought
is
you were
on
gonna tell
air.
us.
This is going to be published. No, I'm not saying nothing.
This isn't being published for a little while. But,
What's up, Marky?
but
Yeah, no.
We'll talk
I
later
want
then.
more secrets later, so
All right.
I don't say nothing. Mm-mm.
I got it. Awesome support from your sponsors. Ready to go for this year again. Are your sisters racing at all, or have they pretty much decided to retire?
No, so I mean the big thing with my sisters is once my dad passed away, like racing is always my dad's thing, and now that he's gone, like he did, all of the car maintenance and making sure they had a trailer and a truck and pulled it to the track and had people,
Yeah.
and ever since dad left, like mom just doesn't want to do it, and it's okay.
Yeah,
like
understandable.
Mariah is owning her own business. She does occupational therapy, working with special needs children. Chantel has her dream job delivering babies, labor and delivery. Yep, baby catcher now. Absolutely loves it. So they're really busy. They got a lot of nieces and nephews that they get to babysit now, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Did I see Chantel's engaged?
Chantel is engaged,
Wow.
yes, and of course she's getting married July 4th, which is
Okay.
Friday, which is okay. But we're missing a 2-day show in Belleville, 3rd and 4th, which, okay, I got past that, but at least we still get a race the 5th, so that means we can't party too hard on the 4th, but it's all good. It's all
Gotta ask
good.
yourself where you went wrong. As a big sister, where did you go wrong with that one?
What do you mean?
Putting her wedding in the middle of summer, in the middle of
Dude,
race season.
okay, yes, we did talk about this, and it was her venue. Her venue only had like December dates, and she did not want to be cold, and she wants to have an outdoor wedding, and so the only day they had was Friday, July 4th. Friday.
Now, I checked with
Yes.
that place, and I heard they had Wednesday, July 2nd available.
That's what it should have been. I was like, if we're already shooting for Friday, we might as well just do Tuesday.
Yeah.
Let
Sarah and
everybody
I-
recover.
Sarah and I had a lot of planning when it came to Scarlett's arrival. So, because I was like, she's like, what is your time frame that you don't want to have a baby? And I'm like, Race Saver Nationals.
Oh, so you want a baby before Nationals?
Before or after, just August 10th is kind of pushing it a little bit, so we're hoping she's not too late.
Absolutely.
So, because I really want Sarah to come out. She loves being out the Race Saver Nationals now, but it's looking like she's going to have to miss this year because she wants to be at home with
Oh,
with
she
Scarlett
can do
for a
it.
couple of weeks.
She can do it.
I was like, just hang out in the trailer. We'll get a camper and just hang out.
I
So-
had Jessen on a Sunday,
You're-
and I raced the following Saturday.
You're a racer. I remember that because somebody
And
was
little-
like, Shaylee's in the pits. And I'm like, well, yeah, she's probably just here. Like, no, she's in a fire suit and in her car. And I'm like, shut your mouth.
Yeah, so
Really?
6-day-old Jessen
Wow.
sitting in the toter as I was breastfeeding. I would come in from my heat, feed him, go to work on the car, feed him before feature, feed him after.
Now, did you get like an easy access door on your fire suit? So that
No,
it'd be
but I
easier? Just-
should
right?
have.
Just those little things.
I need to be talking to the
Yeah.
suit makers about this. They're going to be like, women, that is not advised. I'm going to
Yeah.
be like, I know.
Yeah.
But you do the
helpful.
crazy things for what
Right.
you love, you know.
I didn't realize you had to feed those things every 2 hours.
Dude, wait until you
My
get the
God.
diapers.
My God.
Diapers are even better.
Whole nother world.
Yes.
Shaylee, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah,
It's
thank
always
you.
great talking with you.
Yes,
Thanks for
you
doing the
guys too.
contest.
Yeah, that was
Little
fun.
game.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Best of luck this season,
Thank you.
and we can't wait to see you out at the racetrack.
I'll be there.
That's going to do it for us in turn number 1. Dirk and I are going to take a break. We'll be back at turn number 2 on the front stretch.